Hi, Omega Khaos here again with another video, and this is a very special one. To celebrate the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime characters. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime has always been a very huge part of my Yu-Gi-Oh! journey. Of course, I always have made decks inspired by different anime decks played by different Yu-Gi-Oh! characters. So yeah, so here are my top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! characters from all five series before Yu-Gi-Oh! reigns. So let's see. So first, I'm going to talk about some of my honorable mentions. First one is Sark. This character could have been one of the best villains, but unfortunately he was extremely underdeveloped, and we didn't even see his real face much at all. We only saw one glimpse in the flashback, and also one glimpse when Yugioh dueled against Jack. So also, before I talk further, this video is going to contain spoilers from all Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, so if you haven't seen them, you might not want to watch this video, but if you don't really care about spoilers, then that really doesn't matter either. So about Sark. So yeah, unfortunately, when Sark dueled against all those other characters, he wasn't actually in his human form. You only saw him as a deformed dragon Yuya, which was really weird, and definitely something I didn't really expect. So that was already like a huge mistake in my opinion. When the four fused, we should have seen this form of Sark for sure. I guess deformed a little bit because, of course, he was the Supreme King Dragon Sark at that point. So yeah, I still like the idea of this character quite a lot, and I still like the character overall still, but it could have been so much better. So yeah. Then Merag / Rio from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, probably the best female character from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, but unfortunately she was extremely underdeveloped as well, and got killed off way too quickly, of course, in her duel against Vector with Turbe, which was definitely very unfortunate. But still, definitely a character that had a lot of potential for sure. Then Fubuki Tenjoin from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX had a pretty interesting backstory, and I really liked his design with that Darkness mask on, and a pretty nice deck as well, like a new Red Eyes deck with Red Eyes Storm's Dragon. And yeah, definitely the best character from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. But unfortunately, he didn't really have much screen time. Of course, he was one of the villains in the first season of GX. We saw him a little bit in season 2, and then he had a pretty major part in season 4. So yeah. Then Aporia, who was one of the main villains in the second part of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 Days, definitely was a very interesting character. Had a very tragic backstory, and in the end was pretty much a combination of three androids, I guess. But the original was, of course, one person. But in the end, I wasn't really a big fan of the final design, I guess. But still a very interesting character for sure. But now let's go to the actual top 10. So first in the 10th place is Yugioh from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and he's one of the Sark's counterparts. The main reason I like him is that he has a pretty good dynamic with Yuto in their duel, and also his personality is similar to Yuma a little bit, but he's a lot less annoying than Yuma. And of course he plays a really nice deck as well, which is Speedroids, and of course I love the Synchro mechanic. has a pretty good character design as well, and definitely was treated the best out of the 4 Sark's counterparts for sure. So yeah, I definitely do like the character quite a lot. Then Shun Kurosaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and was from the Exist dimension. When he first appeared, I thought he was going to be one of the main villains in the series, but I was definitely wrong. Was definitely a very brutal character at first in the standard dimension, but later it definitely became something different, and definitely was one of the best characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Plays very nice deck as well, which also focuses on ranking up, which is one of my favorite mechanics in Yu-Gi-Oh! So overall, very nice characters for sure. Only I guess flow of the character was sometimes a little bit overpowered, I guess. Then the next character is Autumn / Dark Yugi. Of course, pretty much was the main protagonist in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. But my favorite portrayal of Autumn is from the Toei original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, which actually wasn't really focusing on the card game much at all. And Autumn in that series was more of a dark vigilante type character, which I definitely liked quite a lot. But in Duel Monster, he was pretty nice as well. And of course, overall, I loved his story, and definitely my second favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist for sure. Then next character is Vector. Definitely the best villain in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, and probably one of the best villains in Yu-Gi-Oh! Overall. And a pretty crazy personality for sure, but also had a very tragic backstory. So yeah, very interesting character, and very entertaining as well. So that's why he's in 6th place. Or in 7th place, not completely sure. Then Missile was another one of the 7 Barbarian Emperors like Vector. Was definitely a pretty interesting character as well. Of course, had a very nice rivalry with Kaito Tensho in the second part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. So of course he was playing the number 107 Dark Dragon, which is definitely a very nice card. So yeah, nothing much more to say, I think. Then Zone, who was definitely a very interesting character from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 Days, was basically the last villain in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 Days, and the best one. Although he was more of an antagonist or anti-hero, because he really didn't, he didn't have bad motivations. He just wanted to save the future, basically, but I guess he wanted to do it in a pretty bad way by destroying, of course, the Neo Tomino Sete. Of course, at first, we thought that he was going to be an actual user from the future, but in the end, he was just kind of, changed his appearance according to Yusei Fudo, which is quite an unfortunate twist, but I still like his character quite a lot. Then Tron from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal was definitely another one of the best villains in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, maybe even better than Vector actually, if I think about it. Although again, I'm not sure if I can even call him a villain, because again, has a very tragic backstory, was portrayed by Dr. Faker, who is a really bad villain, and also really just wanted revenge, which is gonna have a good motivation as well. Although, yeah. Also, his design is pretty amazing. Of course, he was a normal human at first, but then came back in this deformed state, like a child, and of course, half the face is missing for some reason. But yeah, I really like the deck as well. The Chaotic Beast deck is pretty nice. So yeah, overall, definitely one of the best characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Then a Yugioh from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Another one of the sag's counterparts. Has pretty much the best character design out of all of them. Of course has a I guess purple hair and black in the back, and of course wears a kind of a ragged black clothes, and is of course from the Xyz dimension. Unfortunately, he wasn't treated as well because of course he was killed off essentially in Arc 5 episode 37, and then from that point he was inside Yuya all time until the end, and I don't think he ever got his body back, which is very unfortunate. But still, I love this character quite a lot. Probably has the best personality out of all of the sag's counterparts, and like a very serious personality, but at the same time very kind one. So yeah, I definitely connect with this character, probably the best. Then Yusei Fudo, of course the main protagonist from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 Days. Yeah, and probably the most serious protagonist as well. So of course I loved his personality. Like I said, was more of a serious protagonist, but does have one crucial flaw that did became a little bit too perfect, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Jesus in the end. Of course, didn't lose even once officially, but pretty much almost lost against Kiryu in the duel, but in the end the devil broke before Kabakapu finished the attack. But still, I really like the character quite a lot. Definitely had the most character development out of all the protagonists. So yeah, I don't think I have much more to say about this. And then we go to my most favorite character out of all the 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, and that is Nash / Shark or / Yorakami Shira. Of course, was the leader of the 7 Parian Emperors. Of course, at the start of the series, we had no idea that he was going to be a Parian Emperor. He was just like a normal human at that point. But it was really nice to see, I guess, his story and his development from, I guess, a hero and ally of Yuma to like a kind of a villain, but at the same time, he really never was. He was just protecting his world, which was the Parian world from the Astral world. So, yeah. And of course, his character design is really amazing as well, both in his human form and in the Parian form. He looks like completely amazing with the tentacle hair, the emblem in the middle, and of course the red cape. Almost reminds me of like a superhero in some ways. I guess all the Parian Emperors look like superheroes in some ways as well. So yeah, just love this character a lot, and it's definitely the best character in all Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons or series. So yeah, but of course this list might change in the future when Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns is released. It definitely seems very promising, and I'm definitely going to make more anime-based videos in the future. So let me know what you thought about this video, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. For now, goodbye and Khaos out.